Hello everybody, AJ here, and today I have a retired Navy pilot and a retired Navy test pilot, and we are going to be talking about one of the stories he has from naval aviation. So Bill, what do you got for us?
All right, this is a funny story. I've told this to a lot of people, and as you may or may not know, when we transit on a ship, going over to, like in my case, going to Vietnam for a combat cruise, or just going to the Far East for a normal cruise, every time we cross the ocean, we're met by a Russian bomber. And it's a game that the Russians play with us. They come out and show that they can fly over our ship, and we launch some airplane and show them that we can escort them all the way and potentially shoot them down if they decide to attack our ship. And it's a game, and every carrier group that goes over gets met by one. So we normally send up the fighter aircraft. On this cruise, when we went over, I was flying this attack airplane, and this is an A4A. We were flying A4Fs, and it was a little bigger and stronger than this one, but basically the same. And so I was on alert one day, alert, 2-minute alert, sitting on the catapult, reading a book and playing harmonica and whatever. And all of a sudden, the ship turns into the wind, and they boom me off. And I go over to Strike Ops and say, "What's going on?" And they said, "Well, we've got an inbound Badger aircraft." Now, a Badger is a NATO name for a Russian Tupolev 16, which is a twin-engine Russian long-range bomber. And they were coming out of Vladivostok to fly over our ship to do this demonstration that they could, they knew we were there. And so I'm gonna go meet them. So I intercept them about 190 miles, and I'll use my hands. So I pull up alongside, and I go underneath them and all around them, upside down, and I've got a Navy camera. We didn't have cell phones, taking pictures of everything that he's got hanging out of his airplane so the intelligence guys could have all their photos. And now I pull back out on his wing, and my mission is just to sit on his wing. And we're about 180 miles out, and we're at 30,000 feet, so I assume that since we're at 30,000 feet, about 90 miles out, he's going to start down so he can fly over the carrier. So we've got 10 minutes or so with nothing to do. So I said, "Well, I've never seen a Russian before. Let's go see what this guy looks like." So I pull up in front of the wing, ease over to see if he's going to do anything sudden, so that I have to pull up and get out of the way, but he doesn't. And so I get, I don't know how far, not too far away from the co-pilot. So I'm sitting there looking at him, and he's looking at me, and we've got our helmets on and our visors, so I reach and pull my visor up so he can see my eyes. He takes his goggles off. Okay, we're talking to each other. So next thing I do is take my mask off and put it on the instrument panel, on the panel over here, and he takes his mask off, and we smile at each other. So you're great, that's kind of fun. So I said, "All right, let's see if we have a little more fun here." So I pull out my harmonica and blow into it. Of course, he can't hear it, but he can see that I have a harmonica, and he knows that while I was sitting on alert, I was playing with a harmonica. He says, "Ha, watch this." So he reaches down there and pulls out a big, long piccolo-looking instrument that he was playing while he was sitting on alert. So, okay, he wins that one because his instrument was bigger than mine. Okay. Next thing I do is pull out my book, which is a cowboy book. And I was reading while I was sitting on the catapult waiting to go. And he says, "I got better than that." So he reaches down behind the seat and pulls out a Playboy magazine and opens up the centerfold. So, okay, he wins round 2. Round 3, I said, "Well, I got to beat this guy." So I've got a survival pistol that I'm wearing. And it is a 38 special 6-shot revolver. And so I pull it out and I point it at him and I go bang, bang, like that, and put the thing back. And he reaches behind his seat and pulls out an AK-47 and points at me and goes bang, bang, puts it behind me. So we both start laughing. So I look at him and I point at him and I go, "You got 3, I got 0. So he won that war. So then now we're about 90 miles. So I pull up behind him and step up instead of step down, because if I step down and he descends down and drives into the 100 feet, he'd love to drag me off in the water. So I'm not going to let him do that. So I step up to fly formation so he can't drag me off in the water. And of course, I'd love to shoot him down, and he would love to drop a bomb on our ship. And my mission was that in case he opens up his bomb bay doors as he approaches, I'm to pull in behind, arm my Sidewinder missiles, and wait for the call and shoot him down if he gets close with his bomb bay doors open. But that didn't happen, of course. He didn't open his bomb bay, and I didn't arm the Sidewinders, and so I pulled back up. We flew over the ship at 100 feet, pulled up, and he headed back to Vladivostok. I chased him out for about 100 miles, pulled up alongside them and waved goodbye to them. So here we are, two 23-year-olds with the capability of starting World War III, but we had the discipline not to, so we all lived. Anyway, that's kind of a funny story.
That is a funny story. It's crazy that World War and international politics falls into the hands of some 23-year-old
yeah,
pilots.
20 years, yeah, two young guys. Yeah.
That is incredible. Yeah. Well, everybody, if you enjoyed that story as much as I did, please check out the channel. There's going to be a lot more stuff like this. So anyway, thank you so much, Bill, for coming on.
Thank you for the honor of doing it.
Awesome. And AJ is out.